Hello guys, Dylan here, and today we are doing yet again another dimensional merge video. Today's dimensional merge is going to be Sonichu defending Chris-chan and the merge. What a shock. We have this long ass thread from Sonichu on Twitter, and I'll give you some context where it's needed. Hey, I want you all to just read all of this and listen up, because I, Sonichu Prime, have a lot to talk about right now. When do you not have a lot to talk about? Firstly, I am reading I don't fucking know who that guy is fanfictions, and oh boy, Chris-chan shouldn't be reading fanfictions. It's bad for him. He can't handle criticism. Do I have a fair share of grief against him? Because of course you do. But moreover, on all the haters in this dimension, so he's mad at all the haters, yet again, Chris-chan never learns, who have been talking nothing but smack against our one and only OG OC of all OCs, Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu. That name is not all the name that you have. It gets even longer, so I'm glad you shortened it for today. You are stuck on the past. What a shock, because you are too. Outdated notions and ideals that she has literally personally repented. It doesn't matter if you repent if you never learn from it. Feel bad in doing and moved on for the most part and profited off of and still bring up all the time. Chris is not a freaking narcissist. So a guy who calls himself a goddess is not a narcissist. That's a good thing to know. I didn't know that. To think of yourself as a literal deity, that's not a narcissist thing at all. That you lot make her out to be. She does not objectify women. Yes, she does. Or whoever else. She used to, sure, but that was years ago. She has grown up and matured since then. The only thing Chris has grown is into bigger pants. Chris-chan has not matured at all. She is not freaking man-child that you all want to hold in your memories. That is true. He is still a man-child, but he's not the same man-child, and some people should just get over and move on. You're not getting old Chris back. That's the reality of things. This is bull. And in response, Chris actually appreciates all of the amendments, including, I think he actually misspelled that, amendments, including everyone having their rights to bear arms, and she always has been for universal health care for everyone. That's not an amendment, Chris. That's not how that works. Fuck you. Of course you'd be down for that. That's free shit for you, including Obamacare. Sure, you all think someone like Billy Mays would make for a good leader. He's still talking about Billy Mays, contradicting what he said earlier, but whatever. But I got news for y'all. Now Chris is gonna talk ill of a dead man. In a few short months after he was mayor of Quickville, which Chris said before didn't happen, but whatever, he was a major do-nothing and had nothing in his brain, talking bad about a dead man, about politics. And there are such things as electoral votes within the offices. Chris-chan is just now learning about electoral votes due to our current election. It is not freaking 5,000 to 1 freaking kangaroo. I don't even know what that sentence is, but I like kangaroo, so I'll accept it. And Chris is not freaking fat. That is easily disprovable, Chris. We can prove that you are fat. She has slimmed down. Lie. She has breasts. Debatable. Which, let's face facts, all boobs are blobs of fat. Yeah, but some of them are perky. Not all of them are fucking flabby and hanging and gross like a fucking fat man's. But they exist regardless of gender. Whoop-de-doo. I thought you were secure in your gender. Why do you feel so defensive? And another thing, do you all know when the actual last time Chris went out looking for a sweetheart? Years. The last one, and over with, was the freaking fat fetish troll, which I was right on that. I called that out years ago when he drew like the Sonichu and Rosachu inflating shit. I knew he was being trolled because Chris-chan never learns his fucking lessons, but whatever. Ever since, she has not sought anyone. You humor Jacob Sockness, do not lie. And her mind has not been on sex for most nearly a decade. A lie. Why the hell do you... So now he's saying he's not human, even though he's supposed to right now be a Sonichu in a human body, but whatever. Humans focus so much on freaking sex and all the negative things with that force, those labels onto others. Stop projecting yourself and your fetishes onto others. Pot, meet kettle. That is just plain dumb. Nobody wants that. Another thing, the dimensional merge. Do you all freaking seriously think everyone is going to be teleported to one city in a single state and expected to live there? So here's what you guys came for, more merge news. You get to learn more how the merge is going to happen. Accept your nightmare. No, that's asinine. The whole idea of the merge is asinine and it's never going to happen, but continue. Everyone will stay where they are during the time of the dimensional merge flash. But what if you're in areas that overlap? Then you will be merged into one city. But whatever, don't think about it. Also, Equestria will remain in its subdimensional area that can still be accessed by portals. It is not going to freaking relocate to the East Coast to South Park, Colorado. How stupid is that? The whole merge is stupid. And Celestia, Luna, Cadence, Twilight, and all the other alicorns, I don't fucking know anything about pony shit, so if I said a name wrong, fuck you, are not going to ever be on the chopping block with any politicians. That only applies to those on the Earth who are humans. Lightning Quartz, Earth Pony, Alicorn, I don't fucking know what he's talking about anymore. You all expect him to be a leader? He is literally not that type. Let's take a moment to bring up Evan George, of course. Fuck. That ungrateful hater troll. He may have discovered Sonichu. Simon, you're still bringing up old trolls that aren't even around anymore, but whatever. And I know it's either Simone or Simon. I don't care. I really don't. I don't watch anime, so fuck you. Not Simonla, but Sonichu was still actually a sibling with Simonla. That's a retcon that Chris did. Originally, he tried to kill her, but then he was retconned to being a sibling and then a good guy, and then Chris took him anyway. So not only did Chris rip off that character and not listen to the creator when he said kill the ripoff, he instead took both of the characters and now claims both of them as being his. So he's an art thief. It is still valid. It is not freaking uninspired copy-paste, it is. Slight remodifying and regendering, it is. They both already were existing long before either Evan or Chris. So it's a no you. He existed before me, how could I rip it off? Or she existed before me, how could I rip it off? It doesn't work, Chris. We know the real world thing. We know that you ripped off that guy's creation. But go ahead. Continue trying to live this lie. Discovered either of them, and they both called their physical appearances and features as they saw them. Oh yeah, and this is Christian shit where he says that writers just they just tell stories from worlds that actually exist. They don't actually create shit, even though he calls himself the original OC creator, but whatever, just forget it. Now, Simonla and Wild's daughter, Sandy, she is not bloodthirsty or epic violent. Now, the reason why he says this is because in the original story, he had her kill the troll that was responsible for her mom dying, which I'm pretty sure was Evan, and she brutally murdered him with her fucking drill hands, and it was violent as all hell, and everyone was shocked and appalled by it. She is more tame than that, and has good self-control, because Chris Chan retconned out the death. That one time that Chris in that dimension ended up chronicling, they had good reasons, as all those haters nearly killed her mom. Actually did kill her mom, so he's mixing up his retcons now, but whatever, he can't keep his story straight. It's still just as traumatizing, and Wild Sonichu does not have a country bumpkin accent. He's talking about how people make fun of fucking Wild Sonichu and pretend like he's a fucking hillbilly. His voice and accent is the same as Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy, because we needed to know that, which can sequence well into the next topic, the relationship and workload share between Rosie and I. Great, I really want to know this. I, Sonichu Prime, literally have done more than half of the chores around the house during the free time when we are not defending the city and whatnot. I clean up the entire house with the vacuum. You are a simp. I do the dishes. Simp. I even cook. Simp. and the food is delicious. And Rosie is not a sex object. That actually fucking contradicts everything we've seen of their relationship, where Rosichu did do all that and was a sex object. But whatever. Chris Chan saying it's not like that now, so you have to believe him. That BDSM thing in book 9 was her idea. I did not put her up to it. I mean, that does fit in her character. It was a fun experiment between her and I. Yeah, you do a lot of experimenting. Just ask Chris. Nothing more. And as Chris did end up chronicling in book 15 and others, I actually listen well when talking with Rosie about our problems. Sure you do. I help her with her feelings and frustrations, and boy did we both have frustrations over the recent months since we were near yet so far between dimension. She felt lonely, as did I. But now, she is here in this dimension. Well then show her then. Show her she's here. With me, fully, safely, and well with her own body. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, because it's not fucking possible. I still need to get myself and this body to Quickville. Keep saying that. True, but the return portal is still very difficult to manifest because I like role-playing as a fictional hedgehog. From this side of the Iron Curtain, and Jacob Sockness and his cronies are completely unable to manifest one either. Quit bringing up Sockness. He is yet again another troll. Changing topics a bit, I'll tell y'all some true stories that will fill up some of those plot holes in the books after the battle in the mall. In book 0, Kel, Rosie, and I joined for nearly a year together in training. You're ripping off Rosichu's story, but whatever, you can just fucking continue to rip off Rosichu's story. Rosie ended up finding her powers and abilities again. You're just fucking adding in the ending to Rosichu's story, despite the creator not ready to finish the book yet, but whatever, be disrespectful. And she can run Mach speeds, so now she's no different than you. There's no reason to have both of you. At least before she was unique, because she didn't have your powers, but whatever, now she's just you. Congrats. Not powerless. She never was. She just didn't know for a better while than she was powerless. After we returned to Quickville, it was time for Rosie and I to move into our new abode. Kel continued to journey and checked in with Rosie from time to time. I don't think that ever happened, via emails, texts, and phone calls. Kel has continued to do very well in earning every single gym badge for herself and her crew. And I guess her evil boyfriend Natesurk, but you're forgetting to mention that. And for the first couple years since our return to Quickville, Rosie and I were readjusting, and she still had some trouble with her abilities and powers, but she has been practicing and further retraining herself hard. And with Christine Chan's help as well, I have been helping coach her along the way as well. 2 as well is perfect, but she put in the greatest work of all, rediscovering herself. So yeah, our relationship over the years has been mutual 50-50 give and take. Of course, everything's perfect. And all. Not that selfish bullcrap like you all seem to think. No. We have fire departments in Quickville. No shit. Bubbles is not the fire department again. That is asinine. You can't say anything is asinine when you're talking about a fictional world full of superpowered hedgehogs. And Christine Chan never dozed off or was lazy in her work, so just don't make fanfictions. Don't make fanfictions, because Chris will always disagree with everything. You can't have fun. No fun allowed. Mayor and defender of Quickville at all. She worked very diligently and hard on her decision-making and political tasks. Don't make fun of Chris. In addition to the heroic duties as well. Yeah, the sweetheart search, that was still a thing with her, but she's always failed because of the chronicler clause Chris employed retroactively in 2018. That's a retcon that Chris made that justified why he couldn't get a woman and why he couldn't get a girlfriend or anything. It's stupid. I might do a video on it later, but they're bringing it up right here, so I might as well just tell you it's a stupid retcon to why Chris was single for so long, despite being the god of everything. Capital and Christine Chan lost interest in the sweetheart search after 2010, when she literally and magically transformed fully and permanently from male body to female body, with all the parts and very little body hair of her own form, of her own human form. Now, what happened there is, he used the fucking Sonichu ball balls to transform himself into a woman. It happened right after the end of the comic. That's a retcon that he added in later. So yeah, he turned into a woman due to the magical power of the Sonichu balls, even though he's supposed to be a god and can do anything, but whatever. And during the time and years that have not been chronicled in your dimension here, we have continued on working hard, make comics and show this, don't tell me it, meeting more and more others who lived on our Earth C-197 and continued to grow, mature, and develop as individuals. Show not tell, Chris. Something that apparently a lot of you humans in this dimension just cannot seem to grasp or do yourself. So you project that recklessness upon Chris Chan. Ha ha ha. Speaking of our dimension once again, the creator of the fanfiction ended up not accessing C-197 in his fanfictions. Of course, Chris Chan's retconning out the whole fanfiction despite it not being canon because it's called a fucking fanfiction. Whatever. He accessed another dimension. Shut the fuck up and accept criticism. Accept criticism, accept parody, accept that people are gonna talk about your shit, Chris. This is stupid, sad, and pathetic. Different from C-197, where there are everything just like, shut up. I'm skipping ahead. I don't care. Fuck this. I don't care. I'm skipping it. He's just retconning out fan fictions when he didn't have to do it to begin with, so I'm skipping all of that. She is not dense or blind to y'all's faults. That is a lie, but the respect is there. Also, post-merge, the world will not be a Chris Chan-run world. Yes, it will if he's literally the goddess of all goddesses, but whatever. Chris Chan literally works with all the other deities, and they plan on having all priority governing and protection. So we're going to be ruled over by gods. That's definitely not a dystopia at all. Over the nations and domains. I think people should rule over countries, but whatever, Chris Chan. Have your fucking hierarchy of gods looking down on the tiny humans. A mayor is still present in Quickville. For what fucking purpose if gods exist? Fuck you. For the lower political activities. And since we have a literal goddess with our OG Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu, and while she participates in politics, she mainly works in the greater laws helping citizens, city, and nation improvements, and all that same as Noir or Vert would do, and I don't fucking care about any of this shit. I don't fucking care. I don't care if you fuck up the spelling, because I don't care. But I've let out all my frustrations for the time being. I pray that Chris Chan and all the other deities, all of you, will actually offer a lot less hatred and misjudgment upon her and the rest of us in the dimensional merge, and a lot more kindness and understanding. Sonichu. And he didn't do his sign off right, so I guess he continued. P.S. You may retweet all above or whatever with all your haters. He prevented anyone else from commenting but him, so whatever. With all the haters and haters, because he's a fucking child. Haters and hazers in this dimension. I feel like you all do not deserve the gods and goddesses, including Chris Chan Sonichu himself, and have been helping and guiding all you for all this time, so he's calling you ungrateful. Also, to add in regards to our music, literature, video, entertainment, and so on, in Quickville it is not limited. The media we have is not only local and favorited, but also imported, exported. He has normal music, quit saying it's all Chris Chan singing all the time, but whatever. And from all around the world and throughout the universe, to go touting that on every channel in Quickville is the Christine Chandler show, which is a reference that no one will fucking get, or nothing but I so need a cute girls playing on the radio 24/7. That is not the case. We have our own universe-wide variety, and that is ripped off from Rick and Morty. So that was Sonichu's statement to everyone. That was Sonichu telling you to quit being creative, quit judging Chris Chan, quit judging the merge, accept everything as is, and deal with it. That's what Sonichu is telling you to do. Don't critique Chris Chan, don't make fun of Chris Chan, don't make fan fictions, don't make art, because Chris Chan is just going to get pissy over it, like he always does. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you really like it, share it, and if you want to see more, then subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and bye. Before the credits roll, I thought I'd give a shout out to my multiple ways of making money. YouTube is slowly starting to to sanitize the platform, making it harder for people to make money on edgier content like I do. So I'm reminding you guys that I have a Patreon. The Patreon has plenty of reward tiers, including seeing my podcast early, being able to join my fan Discord. I have video recommendation tiers that you can try to get into, and if all else fails and my YouTube falls apart, I always have a BitChute account. So remember to check out all these different things in the description below.